What's going on, YouTube? This your boy D Frank06. I'm coming back at you. I'm somewhere. Well, I know exactly where I'm at. I'm in Tyler, Texas. I'm on the road. So, last week I was talking about some of the stuff that you can expect when you're in basic. Well, that can happen in basic training that 9 times out of 10, not too many people told you about it. And some stuff that I forgot to add into that, but it'll be all right. So today I'm coming at y'all about what happens after basic training when you go to your tech school. For the most part, every tech school is different. There's many located like throughout the country. Like I'll give examples like the one I went to for firefighting was in Goodfellow in San Angelo, Texas, in the middle of the desert and somewhere in West Texas that you probably never heard of unless you probably been from there, passed through there, something like that. Then they got bases out in Shepherd, out there in Wichita Falls, Texas, Keesler, man. I would say they got a tech school out in Lackland. But I would like to say I think all of them are pretty much about the same. Like when I went through, it's kind of crazy. What they don't tell you, after you graduate basic, depending where you're going, you'll either take a bus or you'll catch a flight. You're gonna travel to your tech school for the most. Yeah, you're gonna travel to your tech school for the most part. And when you pretty much get there and get welcomed in, I think like that first week, they would put you to death. Say about death by hearing these boring ass damn briefings that you're gonna fall asleep at probably. And if you fall asleep, they gonna chew your ass out. So yeah, some of y'all you might want to bring your energy drinks or do whatever you got to do to stay awake, because you don't want them people chewing you out just because you fell asleep because they ain't talking about nothing or whatever they're talking about. You're gonna probably forget about. So after that, and then depending when your startup date is, they'll probably have you around the squadron as a casual. You're gonna be going around probably the dorms or wherever you're gonna be staying at, cleaning up and just doing a whole bunch of stuff. If a whole bunch of shit if your start date isn't like right as soon as you get there, because some people's class startup dates is probably like about a week out, 2 weeks, something like that. And when it comes to when you start tech school, I know when I went through, they had our asses waking up even before the damn sun came up. So, I mean, you get a little bit more freedom than you did at basic training, but like on duty days when you got to go to class and stuff, not so much. I mean, it's a little bit more, but at the same time, you probably waking up, depending on what kind of school you go to, you probably waking up earlier than you did at basic. You'll probably have a morning formation somewhere. You have everybody has to march into class and stuff like that. I know with the fire department, we would meet up at the big school, at the fire academy, and the fire academy. That's where all the branches come. Even the DoD civilians, if they're coming back down for advanced training, they'll go to the fire school. So and then like the same thing I was telling you about, like when it comes to falling asleep, like during that week when you was getting all those briefings when you come in. More or less the same thing applies when you in school. It might be, depending on what your career field is that you're going, your AFSC, you might do some physical things outside. It might mainly be class work, inside. But either way it go, when you're doing the class work, man, you do what you got to do to stay awake, because you don't want them damn folks getting on your ass about falling asleep up in there. That's a big no-no. Another thing, like I know when I was this was 10 years ago, when we would we'll take our test for the for whatever we was going through, like those tests, I was about to say, for one, you would have study groups to prepare you for like your inner course and like those all the tests that you got to take. And don't think, especially if you're coming out of high school, don't think the grading system is like how it was in school, because some of those tests that we took, the minimum that the minimum that you needed to pass some tests was like a 80. So that threw a lot of people off. So yeah, and the study groups, they gonna really enforce that shit, even though like some people do better without, without studying in a group. Some people are just naturally smart and can retain knowledge, and some people actually need to study in a damn group to remember this shit. But if one person like fails and they find out that y'all haven't been studying in a group, they're gonna be pissed off at y'all about that too. So keep that in mind. And then if you got a tech school where you're gonna be outside and there's a lot of physical, like involved in like physical activity, god damn it, better make sure you drink a lot of water. Cause like when we was in firefighting school, it was around this time 10 years ago out there. Cause when I went in, it was 6 blocks. From block 3 on out, we was in that firefighter gear in the middle of Texas, in the middle of July. And y'all know it's hotter than a motherfucker out there. So, like some of the instructors may or may not tell you, like when it comes to that, if you're doing something physical, like in class, they might let you drink your Red Bulls and stuff like that. But if it's days where we're gonna be outside in the sun, just getting physical, where we need to be hydrating, they actually made us march to class with gallons of water, like water, like in the gallon jugs. So yeah. And then of course you're gonna steal PT. Like it just depends on what the standards are and stuff now. But you're gonna PT. It probably won't be as hardcore. It might be worse than it was in basic. So don't think you're gonna get there and potentially get lazy. You probably can, but I wouldn't recommend you do that. Oh yeah, like on the weekends, if yeah, y'all just better hope that don't nobody fuck up either, because like if somebody out your squadron or something go downtown, or like when y'all be able to leave base and go and fuck up, they gonna pretty much have y'all on weekend marching and details, and so your whole weekend gonna be fucked up if somebody go and fuck up. And speaking of that, you can't, as soon as you get there, you won't just be able to go like right off base, and you won't be able to go right off base and wear your civilian clothes, because damn, it's been so long now. I think they might have did away with the program, because like I think Goodfellow was like one of the first tech schools to do the TL program instead of the phase program. Like when I've heard about the phase program, where the longer you be in, they'll let you do a little bit more. Like when you first get there, you would have to be in uniform, period. You couldn't, I don't even think you could really walk around the squadron or whatnot in your civilian clothes once you first got there. And I think phase 2 was goddamn, you could go off base, but I think you have to be in your dress or up in your blues or something like that. And then phase 3, you'll be able to go off base and your civilians. But when I was in at Goodfellow, I think they did the TL. It was like TL1, TL2. Like TL1, you'll be in uniform. You can't leave base. You have to TL up. You have to pass a room inspection, which I'll get to in a minute. And then I can't remember what else go with it. But after that, you was able to wear your civilian clothes like during off-duty time, and go off base in your civilian clothes. And speaking of off base, like on the weekends when you be able to go off base, you can do certain, go out and do certain things. Hell, I've known some guys, that who was able, when I was in San Angelo, that was able to go to San Antonio. But you have to, get a little bit of special permission to do stuff like that. But it's possible. It's not completely like basic, but if somebody go out there and fuck up, it's gonna probably be just as tedious, if not a little bit worse than basic, like on the weekends. Oh yeah, room inspections. Goddamn. Hey, just because y'all done left basic, that don't mean you can go out and start being old dirty, nasty motherfucker by when you get there and just throw your shit all over the room and just leave it nasty, because they come up in there and do room inspections. And if you fail, yeah, it'll be bad if you fail a room inspection. And God forbid if you have a dirty, nasty, filthy ass roommate. Goddamn, because I can sit there and think about one person in particular, man, or two people, because my buddy, his roommate was filthy. Like we had got to we got to tech school in like towards the end of June. This mug had damn dirty ass clothes and shit piled up. I think he had threw an old pizza box from like when he ordered pizza from like the first weekend there, and it was like August when, you know, just really came down. So yeah, if you got a dirty roommate and you do what you can to tell him to clean up, he don't clean up, yeah, pass it up your chain of command, because you don't want to take a L. You don't want to take a hit on that because you got a nasty ass roommate. So just clean your room, clean your ass, make sure your uniform clean. Yeah, that's all I can think of about right now. I think everything else they probably told you about. So if you find these crazy ass videos useful, the way I deliver it, funny or whatever, man, if you like what I'm putting out, please subscribe to this channel to hear more random vlogs and just stories about like some of these experiences I had. Subscribe to my channel. Until next time, man, I'm getting up out of here. Y'all take it easy.